Good afternoon. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Wealth Wilson. The Rivers State High Court has convicted and sentenced to death by hanging one Oluchi Marchals, Miracle Anumuna, Ifeanyi Simon, Kokobasi, Uchenna Stanley Amechi for kidnapping and murder of Antonio Koro, who was the staff of Shell Petroleum Development Company. The court also discharged and acquitted Chukwudi Etete and Anthony Ugo, who were fifth and sixth defendants in the matter, stating that the prosecution did not prove that they were involved in the death of late Antonio Koro. Trial Judge Justice Judge Emereji, in his judgment, ruled that the evidence and exhibits tendered before the court shows that the prosecution proved that the first, second, third, fourth, and seventh defendants actually committed the crime as charged. Justice Emereji ruled that the convicts also were responsible for stealing of Range Rover Sport Jeep, Kai Optima car, Infinity mobile phone, flat screen television sets belonging to the victim, whose corpse is still not found to date, and ruled that they should be hanged until they are dead. While defendants counsel declined to speak on the judgment, the prosecution counsel I.N. Ubulum, in an interview with Newsmen, welcomed the judgment.
We are saying that there is justice in the judgment. Any person who is aggrieved can go on appeal. So we don't want to comment so much on the judgment of the court. But in as much as we know, that judgment is justice. Already you have seen the implication and the impact, because already the people concerned, the defendant found guilty, has already been sentenced according to the law. After, when we will apply to the judgment of the court, we will have to show it to the OC legal for onwards transmission to the police hierarchy, that is the Commissioner of Police. And then the Commissioner of Police will study it through the office of the PPRO. Then you meet the PPRO for more explanation.
Our correspondent Chindo Jowo reports that the convicts were charged on 10 counts bordering a murder, armed robbery, kidnapping, and illegal possession of firearms in the crime they committed in May 2016 at Rumorulu in Woji Community, Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Justice I. Sani of the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has convicted Emuhi Gabriel and Godwin Osai and their company Ehikoya Associates Nigeria Limited for operating a vessel MT Madam Esther in Nigerian territorial waters without due license and registration from the appropriate authorities. The three were arraigned on a one-count charge each by the Benin Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes (EFCC). They pleaded guilty to the charge when it was read to them. Following their pleas, prosecution counsel Austin Ozigbo prayed the courts to convict and sentence them accordingly. Justice Sani thereafter convicted Gabriel Osai and their company and ordered them to pay a fine of 500,000 naira each to the federal government of Nigeria. The defendants were arrested in January by men of the Nigerian Navy ship Delta around Ogbodu Creek and handed over to the EFCC for further investigation and prosecution. Parents, guardians, and well-wishers have been barred by the body of benchers from attending the call to bar ceremony scheduled to hold in Abuja on September 15. The body of benchers, which regulates the admission of successful law students into the legal profession until this time, used to give each aspiring lawyer the privilege of inviting two persons to attend the call to bar ceremony. But the body, in a notice signed by Secretary of the Body of Benches H.A. Toraki, stated that only aspirants would be allowed into the venue of the upcoming ceremony in line with COVID-19 safety measures. Those to be called to bar are the successful candidates who sat the January 2020 bar final examination of the Nigerian Law School. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, has asked the National Association of Resident Doctors (NERD) to end the ongoing strike, which they kick-started yesterday. The minister, in a statement, asked the resident doctors to embrace dialogue to resolve outstanding issues with the federal government. Ngige, who listed the efforts by the federal government, maintained that 6 of the demands have already been addressed, stressing that despite the economic challenges facing the country, a revenue shortfall, the government was able to spend 20 billion naira on health workers between April and June this year. Meanwhile, the minister fixed tomorrow, Wednesday, September 9, to reconvene the ongoing conciliation meeting between NARD, the Federal Ministry of Health, the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning. On the foreign scene, the military junta that ousted Mali's President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita has been given until September 15 to appoint a civilian leader to lead the transition. Leaders from the West African bloc, ECOWAS, said the proposed civilian president and prime minister would lead the country to a fresh election. The junta is yet to respond to the announcement, which was made during a summit attended by 8 heads of state in Niamey, the capital of Niger. ECOWAS wants the transition to be done within a year, but the junta has in the past said it prefers a reasonable time and suggested at least 2 years. Elsewhere, South Africa's opposition figure, Julius Malema, has called for more protests to demand that a company closes all its outlets for 5 days over a racist advert. Protests led by the Economic Freedom Fighters EFF party leader led to the closure of more than 400 outlets of beauty company Clicks. Several outlets were vandalized as protesters called for their closure. Clicks had published a hair advert on its website that described African hair as dry and damaged, while white hair was described as fine and normal. The advert was pulled out and the company apologized, saying it had suspended those who were involved. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap under running water. Avoid touching your face in high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Once again, good afternoon. I am Wealth Wilson. Thank you for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
Pack my bags, I ain't coming back.
The degradation, challenges, and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
In the city, so wish me well.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
A better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
This was high, this little light of mine. I'm gonna
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
let me tell you how I got this far. And all the
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves on the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
Stand, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You are welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your paper. Hey, them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Hey. Sins of this people, many, so many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. And the answer you get now waiting, they make poor man they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, oh yeah,
Join Jagbajantis, make we solve mathematics.
with the Dabaruawa continent. So,
Oyinbo say na bad maths
we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis.
So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
O for objectivity.
Be objective, gentleman, lady.
D for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
Now M for modification.
Of our behavior, let's stand to the savior.
A accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take am easy.
S for solidarity.
United we stand divided. Oh my shell.
We enter new millennium.
Shatibor.
Nigerians like 120 million.
Shatibor.
One population na 6 billion.
60 billion.
Divide that 1 by 120 million all together. Oh yeah.
All together.
The answer you get now waiting to make people they jar. Come on for Nigeria now waiting they make people want travel.
Visa.
Answer you get now waiting they make people they sell them property for ticket. Get it. Then they travel see. Get it. Oh, hey. Everybody, oh yeah,
Join Jagbajantis, make we solve mathematics.
with the Dabaruawa continent. So,
Oyinbo say na bad maths
we go use take
solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis.
So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
O for objectivity.
Be objective, gentleman, lady.
D for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
M for modification.
Of our behavior, let's stand to the savior.
A accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take am easy.
S for solidarity.
United we stand and divided. Oh my shell.
You just the HSCity.
Shatibor.
And there's the VG City.
Shatibor.
Right go level for HSCity.
Edge City.
Rich man corner be VG City.
Edge City.
You try add AJ and VG City all together. Oh yeah,
All together.
Keep seeking solutions, only God can solve.